Sliders, where you at?
Eat sliders! Come out today! Eat sliders. 2 for $5. No fries.
Can
I bring the boxes in?
Go ahead, Joe. Put your headphones on.
You hear me? Can I bring the box?
Hey, Elwin, you need to pull up to the studio, man. We're not playing games, bro. You've been dodging me for a long time. You don't owe me child support. Pull up, man. What's up? I got the whole radio shit there going there on CRN, ABC. We can make it do what it do. Actually, I can get you and your mom on here. We can have. I can't hear nothing because it's not plugged up.
You can't hear nothing?
Bro, can I go home now?
Oh.
Here, I got it. I got it for you.
Let's go do the rest of the pineapple.
All right, Mike, how we doing?
The sliders. Are we on Facebook right now?
YouTube.
YouTube? Are we streaming on YouTube?
Yes.
Closer to my dreams.
Is it just over you?
Yeah, and then I got somebody calling in at I got somebody calling in at 6:25. Leon Benjamin, candidate for Congress, he's gonna be calling in at 6:25.
Come experience Canopolis Bones. Relaxing resorts, water sports, and activities of every kind. For romantic, family, and great friend getaways, discover the options of Canopolis Beach Resort, where the world comes to play. Plan your getaway today. Visit CanopolisResort.com.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-75-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats.
Hey. Welcome to our second episode. We're having a pretty wonderful day today. My campaign actually had we grew it out for the community, and we also had a food giveaway, which was 100% awesome. The great thing about it was even during COVID-19 shutdown, with the lack of transparency from Gavin Newsom to our communities in South LA. And we still have people outside the studio right now. I'm really excited about it. I appreciate everyone showed up, and they did a really good job taking care of our community. I appreciate the community for coming out and supporting me. I haven't met one person who said they didn't like me, even though we're in a highly Democratic district and I am a Republican. Very important holiday. Declaration of Independence was signed on the 4th of July, largely written by Thomas Jefferson, one of our founding fathers of America, so we have to thank him for everything that he's done for us to be independent. So if you can, just get some of the silence. Dear God, we want to thank you for this day. We want to thank you for everything that you have done for us. It's really dangerous out there today with the protesting going on and the high amounts of anger that people are experiencing. Be able to cope with things that they cannot control. But on this day also, we have a lot of pages out there who are looking to come back and want to make sure that they make it home safe and have a safe holiday and a safe weekend, even with the fireworks going on. Veterans who make it possible for us to live every single day. Thank you for those guys, the guys who have served, the guys who are serving now. PTSD is a real problem, and we just wanna, give our hearts to the veterans for PTSD, and bless them and just. Yeah, second episode, man. I'm really excited about this. Whoever would have thought Joe Collins would have a radio show? But I got a special guest for you guys coming up later today. Pastor Leon Benjamin, he is running for Congress in Virginia. He'll be calling in pretty soon. And but one thing I want to talk about right now is the service, military service, and why that is important. I'll tell you my story. Growing up in South Central Los Angeles, high gangs, and lack of opportunities. My house was actually shot in a drive-by, which caused us to move to Texas. I was in high school. I started high school here in South LA at King Drew, and finished high school right outside of Dallas. I had to drop out of high school and go to college, and I got the rest of my credits in college, and then I graduated high school early. So I was working at Walmart, and I was going to junior college at the same time. I was 17 years old, and if anybody knows, there's not much you do when you're 17 graduating from high school. So I joined the Navy. One of the best decisions of my life, but I remember the first couple of weeks in the Navy, I was But, one thing that I learned was that there's a lot of people in the military who felt the same way I did. I was in boot camp with a lot of guys who felt the exact same thing. And that made me feel really good about being in the military. It made me feel really good to know that I wasn't by myself or how I felt. A lot of guys felt the same way. Well, we're gonna take a break. I'm gonna tell you the story on how I got into the military as soon as we come back from break. So stay tuned. All right. See you guys soon.
Yeah, I got him.
All right, am I still hot?
No, you're not hot.
Huh?
You're not hot.
Did you check this out?
We don't have video?
No, we don't. I'm trying to get that up. For some reason, it's not getting up. I'm trying to work on that too. Can you unplug that and then plug it back in?
Plug it back in?
Yeah, it's not like catching me for some reason.
It's got some menu on it.
Here we go, Joe.
We're about to get back on. All right, video up. Welcome back from our break. So I want to get into the story on how I actually ended up into the military. When I was younger, and like I said, I was working at Walmart and I was going to junior college at the same time. And I remember thinking to myself, like, man, what am I going to do with my life? My grandfather always preached. He was a pastor. He always preached when you turn 18, you have to move out of your parents' house and you have to make your own life. And so, that was on my mind. I'm 17, about to turn 18. I had a late birthday in November. And so I'm like, Jesus Christ, what am I going to do with my life? So I remember working at Walmart. And, this woman walks in. She's wearing all white. And she was young. So I go up and I go talk to her. Me being a ripe old age at 17, I think I'm spitting game at this woman. She's much older, obviously. And she was in the Navy. And she was a recruiter, go figure. And didn't matter. I'm still talking to her. I got her number. She called me the next day. She said, "Hey Joe, just thinking about you. Come to the office and have lunch with me." And I'm like, "Yes, that's what I'm talking about." So we go to the office, and I'm having lunch with this woman. And it was Whataburger. My first experience with Whataburger. Whataburger is absolutely delicious. If you're in Dallas, Texas, make sure you eat Whataburger. All right, the onions makes the burger. Anyways, next thing I know it, I'm at Dallas Nuts, and I'm doing a physical. And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know what all this is for." I didn't know I had an ASVAB score already. I had a 64 on my ASVAB, which, according to the military, is pretty good. And next thing I know, 3 weeks later, I'm at boot camp. And all I can remember was these people were asking me, "Hey, if you have to choose from a career while I was at Mass, what career would you do?" And I was like, "Man, I've always wanted to be a pilot, so can I work on?" You can be a nurse, you can do all of this stuff. And I was like, airplanes. I love airplanes. Let's go into airplanes. And I'm at boot camp. Fast forward, I'm at boot camp. And like I said before we went on break, I'm thinking to myself, how in the heck did I end up at boot camp? I'm not even in the military. I remember my uncle used to tell me all the time, "Don't join the military and go fight that white man's war, yada, yada, yada." That was my family's concept of the military, is that everything is a white person's war. Right, so just to give you a little insight on. Too late, I'm already at boot camp. You know what I'm saying? It's great that you're sending me letters telling me not to do something that I already did. It'd be great if you would have told that, before. But on the same token, I'm like, I was working at Walmart. What are the opportunities that I have? I had to get out of my mom's house. I had to do something, So the military was a pretty good decision. I remember my first couple of years, I was in the military. I thought it was all fun and games. Like, it was a bunch of guys who is their first time, living on our own, being able to take care of ourselves. And we're getting money, right? We're happy. I mean, the paychecks, the cost of living back then was considerably less, you know what I'm saying? So the paychecks seemed like it was more, but we were getting money. We lived on base. We had our own little apartment. It was like a college dorm. We shared 2 people. And we were living life. It was fun. We party all the time. And I'm like, yes, this is life. This is what I can see myself doing. And then I made rank. I went to E4, and that's when the responsibility came in. I'm like, this thing what I joined the day before. I don't know why, I'm doing this. And then they put people under you. Well, you have to be a mentor down to these people. And I'm like, okay, all right, I think I can do this. Then I transferred to Oklahoma. And I worked on a larger aircraft. My first duty station was in Lamar, and I worked on an F-18 Super Hornet. I don't know if you guys know, but that is the Navy's premier fighter jet. So I worked on those. I was a Jennings mechanic, almost like a rocket scientist, if you will. Not trying to toot my own horn, but if I had to, So then I moved to Oklahoma, and I worked on the E-6 Mercury, and that was a larger version of an airplane. It was similar to a Boeing 707, 4-engine, huge engine, CFM 56, TAC 2 Alpha TAC 2. If you don't know what it is, go look it up. It'll show you the type of engines that we were working on. I was really good at this job too. And that's where I went on my first deployment. And it was boots on the ground to Iraq. We were at Al-Udeid Air Force Base in Qatar. That's where we were based off of. And our airplanes actually did missions. We did reconnaissance missions. We looked out. We transmitted signals from base to the Marines and the Army units that were out in the field, because there was a lot of dead zones out there. I don't know if anybody been to Iraq or Afghanistan on that area of responsibility for the military, but I'm gonna tell you, it's a complete mess. But 2 miles outside of that zone, you had Qatar. A couple of miles down, you had Dubai. So you had all these places, and it's like, when you cross into one country from another country, the war is completely stopped. And the grass was actually green. It's the greenest grass in Qatar. The grass is green that I've ever seen in any other place. And they have 5-story malls. Everybody is really rich. You see, Mercedes. You see Rolls Royce. You see Bentleys. Like it was normal. And the reason why is because you have one side of the fence that was really poor and they were struggling, and the other side of the fence, they were really rich and they were doing very well. The reason why is they had a government that allowed the people who were citizens to be able to have oil money and have wealth while they were born. And my whole thought while I was over there was, well, America is supposed to be the richest nation in the world. We're supposed to have all of the opportunities. So if this is the case, have Bentleys and Rolls Royces and all of these things, and they're using oil money, and you get back to America, and you're in a rat race. Everybody's competing against somebody for something that you're not even going to obtain. Like, what is the purpose? When we can go to another country, and people in this country have considerably more wealth than we have here in the United States. But they say the United States is the richest country. Like, what is our government doing? Which brings me to the point. And these people, honestly, and I can't fathom this, rely on the government to take care of them. Like, the government is not your daddy. So why would you rely on the government to take care of you instead of figuring out a way to take care of yourself? That's not a bad concept, and some people want to do it fine. But when I think about it, and I use my rationale, this is just my perspective. We have a government that is over $21 trillion in debt. How can you honestly expect the government that's $21 trillion in debt to be able to take care of you? Now, $21 trillion, it ain't chump change. And you hear the government, they throw these numbers around like it's nothing. Oh, $1 billion here, $1 billion there, $1 billion here, $1 billion there. But we're in debt from the same government that prove it, cannot balance a checkbook. And we trust these people. We want these people so far involved in our lives. And the government has torn our country apart. And we still rely on these people. It blows my mind. Completely blows my mind. But we're about to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to go back and get more into my military service. You know what? Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. Oh, nice. Good. I don't think you can turn on a radio in Los Angeles County and not hear me. I'm on every single radio station with advertising. I'm trying to be. Our billboards are up too. That's legit. 625.
Did the camera come up? Camera come up?
Yeah, I'm about to try this one. It's just not catching it. I don't know why. It's saying this. It's catching this one. You know what? Hey, can you switch them? It's catching this one. Like, I think.
Oh yeah.
That doesn't work. I know exactly what the problem is. It's one of the cords are out.
One of the cords?
Yeah, one of the extensions.
Is it pulled out or it's not working?
It's just not working. But I got another extension right here too. So
Yeah, I'm gonna get another camera.
okay. It's not a bad idea.
What's up, Dad? I'm doing good. I'm doing this radio show right now. We just got finished with our
Alright, so
barbecue.
the thing
our
at the
cookout.
a lever at the bottom of it. Oh, right there. Yeah. Other way. Yep. That shit's better. Screw that.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I'll be here. I'll be here for like another hour and a half or so, 2 hours. Okay, I'm gonna see you in a minute. We gonna be on live. So, let's get everything done. All right, peace.
Is this one on?
Yeah, I just wanted to say for the word.
You ever thought about that? How in the hell do people want the government to take care of them?
No.
They're $21 trillion in debt. How can you, like, if I go negative $100 in my account, negative $21 trillion to continue to take care of them. That blows my freaking mind.
You go to PC camera? Okay.
We coming back on.
I'm gonna it's the cord.
Still love the music. The music sounded real great last week, and we got even better music this time.
They got a whole year playlist.
Yeah, so this is my playlist. So shout out to Cody Teeny Beats. They actually made these beats so I can put this on a radio show. So huge shout out to them. Shout out to Keep Good News and the Good News radio show. Helping me put the studio together. Also, helping with the radio show right now as an engineer. I appreciate those guys. But let's get back into my service. So, thinking about my military service, I can say, when I first started, I was a huge troublemaker. I mean, I could not stop getting into trouble. But you know what? One thing about it is I felt comfortable because being young and being in the military, you were allowed to make a lot of mistakes because you're still, you're going to get paid, you still have your job, still have your career, but you still have mentors. So whenever you, and it's, whenever you get into trouble and it's not incidental, you always have people that help you get back on the right track. So I appreciate a lot of my mentors, and I'll give them a shout out. One of my biggest mentors, his name was Gerard Sawyer. He recently just retired a couple of months ago. Huge shout out to him. He was a person that, he actually forced me to write down my goals. And this is something that I still do today. He forced me to write down my goals. And this allowed me to become a better version of myself. It allowed me to become, the successful, I was the successful AD that I was because I was able to see my goals. And if I could see my goals, I could map out a plan to get to my goals. And when I mapped out that plan, the best part about it was me being the guy that I am, forward thinking, I'm about action. I was able to find ways, I had my plans mapped out, but I was able to find ways to achieve my goals. I still thank him for today. And another one of my mentors was Thomas Goodman. He was a huge mentor to me. He was the one that got me involved in psychology, sociology. He also got me involved in mentorship. Actually, we've been a real mentor because I used to thank God now that I'm not. But so after we got back from Iraq, I transferred to Texas and I did some recruiting. I actually was the best recruiter. I ran the #1 recruiting station at NRD Dallas, and I ran the #2 recruiting station. Taught me how to run a recruiting station, and that was Thomas Goodman. He came in #1 in the nation, and I was #2. And I still to this day think that I could have beat him if I would have stuck with my own game plan. See, I listened to somebody else tell change some things, which was kind of unconventional to how I was doing things in my office. But needless to say, we still came in #2. I like to be #1 all the time. I like to be the best, but it is what it is. We were able to jumpstart the careers of a lot of young men and women to the military, and one of the biggest focuses that we emphasized on was, and this is something that I use now when I'm running for Congress. Look at the situation that you're in, right? If you do not like the situation that you're in, you need to change it. We always say this, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result. But we never understood that we do the same thing over and over and over again because we're comfortable in the situation that we're in. See, a lot of us like to complain about the problems, complain about everything that's going on in our life. If we, God forbid, we have to break a sweat to achieve our goals, or we have to break a sweat or put our ass on the line to make things better in our communities, in our life, in our homes, within our families, God forbid we have to. So we accept the norms. That's why a lot of people end up in relationships that they shouldn't belong in. you're in relationships out of convenience, not because you have a partnership where you guys are working together to advance your relationship, or working together because you actually love each other. So my last 2 years I spent in San Diego. HSM 49, one of the best men, because that's when I got involved in politics. A lot of people know that I was a presidential candidate, and it's not a secret. I talk about it all the time. I've been a voter Republican since 2004 because, when I first became able to vote, they say you vote based on, people you like and the values that they have that align with you, and you choose your party this way. It was a no-brainer for me to become a Republican because when you look at the history of the Republican Party, you got to go look it up. But I became a presidential candidate, and that was how I got an administrative separation, general and honorable conditions, because I had the option to continue into politics and let the military go, or continue in the military and let the politics go. And me running for Congress right now, you know which direction I chose. I chose to continue politics. 13 and a half years in the military. I was really good at what I did. But now I closed that chapter. With that being said, our next guest, Leon Benjamin, he's going to be on. He's running for Congress also. He is an older gentleman, black man running in Virginia. We're going to get him on. We're going to ask him some tough questions. I look forward to this free-flowing conversation. See you guys in a minute. Real Talk Radio, Joe Collins for Congress. How long do we have?
So again? Mics over here?
How much time do we have to this show?
All right.
Is it working or no?
It's not bringing the video, which is doing last one.
Maybe it's this cord.
No, it's the extension. When I plug it right up to the computer, it's fine, but the extension, for some reason, makes it
It's too far.
weird.
We got 4 minutes.
All right, everybody. Joe took a little bit of a break, but while we're here,
Man,
let's do a little Tupac truth. Tupac actually created in one afternoon with Warren G. I mean, that's pretty crazy with Warren G. And so that shows you the talent of Tupac. And this is being streamed on a Tupac channel. So anyway, give them a little bit of Tupac truth. So, Tupac really didn't want to go to Vegas, and he was convinced to go to Vegas. He really didn't want to go, but he was told, no, it's going to be okay. We're going to work out the money, whatnot. And so off to Vegas he went, even though he really had a bad vibe about it. But anyway, we're going to get more into that another time. Just wanted to, yeah. So Keith here is doing the actual radio show. He's the engineer. I'd flip the camera around and show you. Actually, you know what? That's not a bad idea. I'll do that real
This
quick.
fruit is good too, bro.
Oh yeah, it's good
Did you have
stuff.
some?
So there's Keith right there. He's
Say
doing the
something,
live
what's
stream.
this? I'm telling you, that shit fire.
Okay.
Like I'm like 4 peaches in right now.
You got your guest in the bar right now.
Okay, yeah, I just told the car right. Oh, thank you.
Are we still?
Oh, no, we're good.
Okay. Next time I come, can I bring a Zoom and patch in and record sound? Okay. They won't be able to hear your guest. Right. Maybe, well, I'll still record it. At least we got Joe.
Yeah, because we can easily take the sound and
Yeah, we put the sound with them.
it's so many people showed up. I was actually surprised.
Really?
Well, because we only had like 3 days advertising.
There were hundreds of people.
4 outlets.
Wow, now
It's working now?
Okay, everybody. We're back. We're back. Pastor Virginia is also running for Congress. I'm very excited to have him on because he is somebody that I look up to. You know, just yeah. One thing about having people that you look up to is sometimes, you know, you never really know these people in person, but you follow their life and you see the things that they do. You see what impacts they make on their communities, and you're like, wow, this is a guy that, you know, I wanna highlight. This is a guy that I wanna, you know, model my life after. You know, and I think Pastor Benjamin is one of those people. He's a great guy, great. He's our guest. Pastor Leon Benjamin, are you there? That's what I'm talking about right there. When you look, when you find somebody that you want to model yourself after, and you bring them onto their show, and I'm really honored to have you, Mr. Benjamin, Pastor Benjamin, and they say something as profound. The question that I got to ask you is because, you know, I was outside and I was talking to a guy. You know, we did our community cookout and food giveaway, and one of the guys, his name is Michael Grissom. You know, huge shout out to him. He was such a blessing to us in the South Los Angeles community today. When he brought, you know, 6 pallets of food for us to be able to give out. We gave away almost all our food. He asked me this, and I want to get your opinion on it. He told me this. He didn't ask me. He told me that. He said, you know what? COVID-19 was a blessing because despite how the media flips COVID-19 or how they make COVID-19 seem, COVID-19 was a sign for America to get back to God. Now, I'm a Christian, and I try my best to live my life by the Bible, but I try my best to be a good person. So with COVID-19 being that is it to COVID-19, we don't know what is what, but what we do know is that, you know, there is something that we have to grasp upon, something that we have to believe in. He says COVID-19 is an awakening for us to get back to God. I want to know what your opinion is on COVID-19 in regards to people's belief in Christ or belief in God.